right, guys. So one function I've always wished I had in spreadsheets, i.e. Excel or Google Sheet, that isn't there is an in function or a contain function. Basically, a function that allows me to check whether a value, in this case a name, can be found in a list. Okay. And for the longest of time, prior to me coming up with this very cool trick, I always had to use so many things like match or a lookup function, and sometimes it got very long and exhausting. So this is what I mean. So for instance, I want to look for these three names, and check whether they can be found in this list or not. Okay. So first, let me derive the names. I'm just going to type out the names over here. So press enter and type out the next one. And the cool thing about Excel is that it has what we call flash fill, right? So once you start typing close to it without any space, it will just automatically understand or try and guess what you're trying to do. You just press enter and you have that. In the event where this doesn't pop up, right, all you do is you stand here and you press Control E, and then it pops up, right? Good. So let's say this is the full name. That's just a trick, by the way. Good. And I want to test whether these names can be found in this. Initially, what I will do is probably let me zoom this a little. I'm just going to do equal to match. And I'm going to say match this guy, okay, in this list, right? Exact match, close bracket. Then if it's there, I'm going to get a number. So for those that, again, number that means they're in the list, I can wrap this with this number to give me that true or false effect, something like this. And I'll copy this down. Good. Now, there's even an easier way to do this, and that's using or taking advantage of Excel's dynamic array. So when I do equal to, I select the entire range like this, and I press this is equal to this. I press enter. You see I get false, false, false throughout. Is that okay? Now, if I try this with something that actually was in the list, let me just show you. This one, right? I get false, false throughout. And where it actually is in the list, I get a true. Is that okay? Now, what I can do is I can wrap this around an or function, which will give me one true, which will give me true if at least one of the values are true. So if I simply do this, and I do an or, I wrap this around an or, and I get true. Do you get it? So this function actually takes this list and then compares it to this. And then if there's at least one true, because of the or, it's going to return a true. So basically what I mean is when I do or, I select this list equals to, and I select this guy, I press enter. Let me log this because I need to copy down. And I copy this down this way. I have false, true, true, right? Very, very simple formula compared to what I have over here, right? Now, you can also do this in Google Sheets. So let me just swap this into Google Sheets, right? Now, in Google Sheets, you can do this as well. When you do equal to all, and you select this list, right? You bring an equal to, you select this, you get a false. Now, I have noticed that it doesn't really work as smoothly as it is with Excel. That's in terms of the dynamic array until you wrap the array formula around it. So once you have this formula typed out like this, you press Ctrl Shift Enter, and then you have the array formula wrapped around this. Now, when you do it this way and you drag it down, right, you notice that it now works just as it was working in Excel. So guys, this is a very handy trick you can learn on how you can actually use the or function to be able to test whether a value can be found in a list. It's a very simple trick. I hope you found it useful. So please like, subscribe, and share with people who work with spreadsheets a lot, because trust me, this is a very handy trick. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.